Most people fail the toe touch test because they are fighting their hamstring instead of supporting and releasing their spine. Hi, I'm Maureen and you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be learning the difference between stretching your legs and releasing your spine and back. Please kindly subscribe and let's get started. We're going to start with a passive fold just so that we can get an understanding of the alignment and also warm up the muscles that we need for this exercise. So we're starting with the feet a little bit wide as your hips. All right, bend the knees. We're going to sit hips back. All right, now bring your chest as close to your knee as you can. Now bring your hands together. Grab opposite hand at opposite elbows. All right. Now, if your knees can straighten it without rounding your spine, you can straighten the knees here. If not, it's fine. All right. Now drop your head down. We're trying to release the spine, not stretch the legs. So to get the full ragdoll pose, you're going to rock side to side. All right. This feels even better if your hamstring is stretched and you can straighten the knees. So you rock side to side. This is kind of like a hanging position to help to decompress your lower back, especially if you've been sitting a lot of the hours in the day. All right, this is a ragdoll. You see how I'm being rocked side to side like a ragdoll. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. You say the more I hang here, the closer my head gets and the more warmed up my hamstrings are. All right. So this is our passive fold. Now we're going to get into a more active forward fold. Now the alignment is important. It's not necessarily about how deep you can fold, but how much of your spine integrity, hip and pelvic area you can keep control of. So we're starting in the same position with the feet wide. Bend the knees if your hamstring are tight, but draw your chest forward so your back is flat, right? So we're not rounding here. We're talking, kind of like a beginning of a twerk. Hands on the thigh, hands on the shin, wherever you can. If your palms or fingers can touch the mat, fingers down. Now the next step here slowly is to straighten the knee. Only straighten to your level of comfort. You're not trying to push beyond anything. All right, straighten the knee as much as you can while still keeping your back flat. You're going to feel the stretch behind the legs. So this stretch behind the legs helps to release your pelvis and lower back so you can fold more deeply, but you cannot let the tightness of your hamstring to affect your fold. In that case, if you have some tightness, bend the knee slightly, all right? Lower your chest. Close this gap between your chest and your thigh, all right? Hands where they can reach. If it's your shin, keep them there. If they can touch the mat, fingertips, keep them there, all right? I'm going to progress for those who are a bit more flexible. If you can straighten, wherever you can straighten. What most people do is that they force their heads to touch their knee and then they round and draw this way. But what you should focus more on is closing the gap between your belly and your thigh. This is a forward fold already. This, now the more bend, the more flexibility I have in my spine, the closer I can close the gap until my head is touching down towards my shins. And slowly lift up, hands on your hips, and slowly lift up to center. All right, how was that for you? We're going to transition onto the mat and repeat this forward fold in different positions so that we can get it. Now for the seated forward fold, I'm going to come down on the mat, come to sit, stretch your legs out in front of you. Okay, same principles apply. We're not rounding, we are hinging from the hips. Okay, to get the alignment better, push your buttocks out to the side. You need to feel your sitting bone root down so your head and shoulder can root up. All right, now feet as close together as they can, but keep your thighs together. Straight spine. All right. If your hamstring are tight and you have difficulty pressing them down on the mat, then we're going to start in this position, feet a little wider. All right, it kind of mimics the bent knee we had in the standing variation. Same movement applies here. We're not rounding the spine. Draw your chest forward and bring it close to your thigh. Close the gap, okay? If your hands can reach, grab your toes and gently begin to walk the feet. At any point where you lose this connection with your thigh, that is your limit. Don't try to push past that. But if you still have the connection and you can straighten the knees, straighten the knees. All right, my back is rounding a little bit now. Lift up, chest forward. All right, breathe in. I'm not, you see, I'm not pulling my head down and drawing my belly even more forward to my thighs. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. All right. Come back to center. Also, another modification if your hamstrings are tight is to use a yoga strap. So bring the strap around the ball of your feet. Most times when I give people strap in class, they just stay here. All right. I want you to reach your hands as far forward as you can. This is a support. I don't want you to rely on it. Okay. Wherever your hands can reach on the strap. Okay. Now straight spine. Breathe in. Now instead of pulling your head, bend your elbow to draw your chest forward. This is where you're at. That's okay. All right. As far as you can go. Remember, keeping the gap close between your belly and your thigh. All right. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly pull back, lift up, and release this. Now, if your hamstrings are like all the time tight, like they're tight, did I say that backwards? If they are tight all the time, we're going to do a very quick drill for your hamstring only, because if you have too much tightness and you force yourself into a pose like that, you could actually have a tear or an injury to that muscle. All right, so we're going to do the hamstring stretch lying on our back so that the floor becomes a form of resistance, and we're going to use the strap. All right, you can stretch your legs or you can keep your legs bent and grab your strap. Find the center of the strap so that both sides are even. All right, and then wrap the strap around the ball of your feet and straighten the knee as much as you can. All right, the knee is straight. Same thing here. Walk your hands as close to the strap as you can. Now, we're not going to force the shoulders to lift. Keep your shoulders down, keep your back down, and now we begin to pull on the leg. All right, breathe in and breathe out. You see my feet is flat, facing straight up to the ceiling. All right, one more. This is the easy variation. If you want to heighten the stretch, you can point not just your toes, stretch out through the ankle and flex and see if you can pull it in more. We'll stay for 3 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release. If you try that stretch, then your spine probably grew a few millimeters. Feel a little lighter, a little release in the spine, especially if you've been sitting all day. If you enjoyed this video, please kindly leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends, your family members who might benefit from this release. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video where we'll be focusing on back bends and spinal extension. See you next time. Bye bye.